What's going on, Mosh Pit crew? Welcome to Geeking Out with the Metal Geek. I'm your host, the Metal Geek, and I got one thing to say. Welcome to the Geek Pit. Now, this is a fellow podcast. This guy's not a wrestler, but he is a fellow podcaster. Let's give a Geeking Out welcome to dusting off the ropes his own Ryan Dust.
Whoa! What's up?
Whoa.
What's
Whoa,
up,
you're on the other-
everybody?
you're on
Whoa!
the other
I'm
side
not, wait.
of
I'm not the wait. I'm not the person conducting the questions here. Not conducting the interview. What the f is going on?
When
What
you
is-
have the answers, I change the questions.
I've heard that somewhere. Well, what's up? What's up, Metal Geek?
What's going on? I'm so excited that you actually accepted my offer to come on this podcast, man. You know, this is your debut right here, man.
It is my debut. I appreciate the offer. I could not. Hey, when somebody calls asking for an interview, I'll pick up. If it's me conducting the interview or me being in the interview. I mean, I'm telling you, I love interviews. Something wicked this way comes. Should I be scared?
The virus is. Oh, yes, you should be very scared. The virus is a very scary wrestler right now, so he's very creepy. You know.
I don't want any problems, man.
You don't want any problems, man. But he is saying that.
I don't want any problems.
Man, him in the end could be a force to be reckoned with, right there.
Oh, the end. Is the end near?
Yeah. The end may be in the chat. You never know, man. You know? You never know. But yeah, so I'm just so excited you accepted this offer, Ryan, man, because you know this is your debut right now, and I guess you're gonna be facing some jobbers right about now in your debut, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to go after that 24/7 championship and try to get the championship for only 5 seconds, and then lose it to somebody else. Yeah. And then go to NXT and make a name for myself, then go to the main roster and make a name for myself, and then main event WrestleMania. That's how we do it.
Yeah. So how did you fall in love with professional wrestling, Ryan? Exactly.
Falling in love with professional wrestling, it really started in 2013, I would say. I was around, 2023? So I would say I was around 8 years old. What happened basically was that back then I was limited to the amount of channels I was allowed to watch on television, because again, 8 years old, pretty limited, not going like on whatever channel South Park was on, Comedy Central and all that. So it was really just sticking to like Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, all that. And then I remember one night I was just sick and tired of it, and I looked on the guide, and I was just like, even though I broke the rules, I look and see WWE Friday Night SmackDown, and I was like, this looks interesting. I turn on, the first wrestler I see is Curtis Axel as the Intercontinental Champion, cutting a promo in the ring with Paul Heyman. And I remember I just watched that night, and I just got hooked into it. And I remember telling my parents the next morning, they weren't even mad. They were like, oh, I watched that stuff back then. And then they just let me watch it. My dad fell in love with it again. They bought me SummerSlam 2013, the pay-per-view, when there was no WWE Network. And then I remember watching SummerSlam, seeing Daniel Bryan win the title. Curtis goddamn Axel. Yeah, out of all the wrestlers, Curtis Axel. And then I watched... Well, God. Hey, it's just the timing, man, and especially during that time, my back is itching. During that time, it was. I mean, he was the Intercontinental Champion, so hey, during that time, he was at his prime. And then I remember watching SummerSlam 2013 with Daniel Bryan winning the title. And then the whole Authority forming. I just got so hooked into that. And then me and my dad started watching Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, to the point where WrestleMania 30 was arriving. Me and my dad sat down to watch our first pay-per-view together, which then was the WWE Network. So that's why we watched it, because now with an affordable price, we could watch it. And then me and my dad just grew a bond, just watching wrestling. We really didn't have that. I mean, baseball was kind of there, but finally, I think we found something that we can both talk about constantly, and just watch something that we're both not. Baseball is long. It's around, it could be a 3-hour game, could be a 4-hour game, and also sometimes, it could be canceled. We knew WWE can't be canceled. Well, there was that one time with the snowstorm, but you get the point.
Snowstorm in New York.
Yeah.
Of all places, man.
And
Right
then,
there.
yeah. And then we fell in love with independent wrestling, and then he took me to VPW. Did my monitor shut off?
What though?
Oh, my monitor shut off. Wow. The end. Is that you?
No, it must be the virus. The virus has something to do with this. It's wacky.
What
word
virus? Oh,
the
virus. Virus, don't.
Don't,
Michael. Man.
Come on.
Listen, I got a show on Thursday. I can't have my computer breaking on me. So, and then, yeah, we fell in love. My dad took me to my first VPW event, and then I just grew in love with professional wrestling, and then history shows, started a podcast, and yeah. But before we go on the next, technically the first wrestler I ever saw was Chris Jericho, because I remember watching on YouTube. Back then I was obsessed with game shows, and I remember watching The Price is Raw on YouTube, and that was with Chris Jericho and everybody. So Chris Jericho is technically the first person I have seen when it comes to professional wrestling.
Damn, man. So how exactly did you start watching wrestling to want to say, hey, I want to start a podcast? And how did Dusting Off the Ropes you get the name and the title for that?
Well, going to my name, Ryandust, again, 2013, I was just thinking of a name, like what I would call myself, and I was watching Goldust, Dustin Rhodes, and then all of a sudden I was like, Goldust, Dust, Ryan, and then I was like, Ryandust, and I was like, that's perfect. And so I just kept calling myself Ryandust for 10 years. And then Dusting Off the Ropes was formed, I would say, just by watching like you and Papa Dank, and I was just like, I'm missing out on the fun with it, and especially since I was getting to know a lot of wrestlers. I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to ask them questions that could be everybody could hear. It's a lot of stories, and then I was like, you know what, let's do it. Let's figure out a name. I was thinking of a few ideas. I think it was like Dusting Off the Mat, something else, and then Dusting Off the Ropes just clicked in my head, and I was like, that's the one. That's the one that's the one, I think. And then I remember contacting a couple wrestlers, and I remember them helping me through it. Johnny Collins was one of them. He was very supportive of my idea and everything, and he was very glad that I was doing it, and I felt like that he was a perfect person to have on as my first episode, the one that was literally like supporting me throughout. And then there was another one, I believe Coach Mamone was also supporting me through it, so that's why I wanted to have him on. And it was a great idea in my head, and then once it executed, once I had to get a computer for it, because I had a Mac that did not want to support StreamYard, nor even like it's not a Mac. Oh wait, is it a Mac? It's over there. It's a very old Apple computer, and then I was just like, I can't do it on that. I can't do it on my phone. What am I gonna do with? And then my parents got me a PC. I started Dusting Off the Ropes, and then history is there.
Yeah. A question: did you? I'm trying to remember. Did you start your podcast first, or was that Dank's? Like, I remember Dank was doing the YouTube stuff. but I'm like saying like going streaming and doing that type of stuff.
I believe I started like streaming wise. I think I started it first. I started around July of last year, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think he started it around September, maybe. I know. I think
Yeah.
he started. He started like very close. I remember. I think once he saw you and me doing it, I think he was realizing that. I mean, I can go
Yeah.
back, but I believe I started it first. But hey, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
virtual. I mean, you can do it anytime. You know, there's audio is clear and everything. So, and he's doing very well with it right now. I mean, I
He's
think
doing
one of it.
awesome.
I
He's
think.
doing. I'm proud of him, dude. You
Oh,
know,
he's doing awesome. Every time I see him, I just see his subscribers going up, his views going up. It's just amazing, and the dedication that he has towards it too. Like he's performing like 2 to 3 episodes a day, and I'm just like, I can't
he's
do
doing four
that.
tomorrow.
My
Four
computer
tomorrow,
did it
which is
again. Sorry,
what
like,
the, what the.
yo,
Come on.
virus, stop.
He asked me once, what's the main USP for dusting off the ropes?
Define USP.
I'm terrible with new
I'm
age terms
terrible
right
with
now.
I'm terrible with abbreviations. What's the main U something? What's the main U? It's the virus, but thanks. It's the virus.
It,
Sorry,
it's
sorry,
the virus.
sorry. Please don't
He,
shut off my monitor again. I'm sorry. I'm
man,
sorry. The virus. Unique
he's a very
selling.
he's a
Unique
very
selling.
scary.
Ooh, unique selling point. That's a very good question. What is the
Mhm.
main unique selling point of for dusting off the ropes? I would say the main selling point is to ask the questions that have not been answered. I want to try doing that. Like I try to go more in depth with the questions. I try to like, especially if you look at like the Even Stevens episode I have, they were very surprised. Like I was bringing up some old stuff, and they were like, "What the heck is this guy talking about?" Um. And then and then I also have trivia that I like doing. I don't really see that a lot of podcasts, so I think that's very unique and that's a cool selling point. I would love to, create like a trivia championship, but that's down the road. That's
I
down
would
the
like to
road.
see that. I would like to see that. And some like I watch some of your shows, and like your podcasts that you try to do are very different. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
you you bit
that's the selling point. That's the
that's
unique
the selling
selling
point.
point.
Like everybody asks the same questions, but it's like you actually have trivia and different things that make you different. So for me as a podcaster, I try to incorporate like metal music and geek culture into my podcast
You
because
always got to
that
be unique. That's the one thing I've learned about this whole podcast stuff is that you got to be unique. If you're not unique, people are just going to tune out. People are not going to listen because it's just going to be the same old stuff. But when you have something unique like that, people will tune in and be like, this is unique, you don't really see this anywhere. And the thing I love about the trivia is that people sometimes, type in the chat like what the answers are sometimes. And I'm like, okay, people are listening to the trivia questions. People are following along. This was the plan all along for people to be not only entertained but also involved, and that is very cool to see. And I'm glad that, and I'm hoping when down the road, uh, when I return fully. I mean, I'm basically returned fully, but producing episodes more and more. Hopefully, people get more active in the chat, and it gets to a point where I'm seeing multiple people answer questions, and that would be very cool. It would be very awesome to have that. Very
John
awesome.
Johnny Blitz is in our chat. He says, "Remember when Ryan would dress as VSK?"
Yeah, I got VSK's vote in the Halloween contest that year.
Didn't you dress as one of the Even Stevens at one point? Or
I did, and I won the Halloween contest that year. I literally cut a promo in the ring, and people, that was the thing that got everybody cheering for me. And I remember just hearing once I was picked as the one of the two winners. I just hear Somerset just saying, "Oh my god!" And I just remember raising the the Best Brother Tag Team Championships with the Stevens. By the way, my I didn't even realize until like I saw the video of the Halloween contest. My sweater vest was inside out.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
even joking. My sweater was inside out. But hey, still got the job done. And I proved that not only did the Even Stevens, not only did Johnny Collins that night, but I also had everybody in the palm of their hand. So, thank you. You're welcome.
Were you the one that made the fake titles out of the paper, or that was?
First of all, fake is a strong word, but
Okay.
Um,
Just don't hurt me, okay?
yes, I did make the titles for them. I remember when I made the titles for them, they didn't even know who I was really. Like when I went up to them, they were like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Chill out, calm down." The virus. Sorry. Again with the something's going on, geek. This the virus guy is. You're right, freaking me out.
Maybe it's not the virus. Maybe it's actually the end. Somewhere in the chat, probably. You know?
Oh my gosh.
We're getting swarmed with creepy rustlers all day, man. You know?
But going back to what I was saying before, my monitor wanted to shut off on me. I gotta fix that. But by the way, I literally just bought. I think I had a couple of poster paper in my room, and I was like, let's just make custom titles for them. Why not? And then I remember giving it to them. They were so like happy. They were like cheering all over the place. They were yelling like they're the champions. And then I remember after the show, they came up to me and were like, because during the time there was no Steven update, there was the Steven show. And basically, they came up to me and it's like, do you want to be in this like in a Steven show skit, like a Steven show segment? And I was like, yeah, I would love to. And I remember they told me the whole idea, and you could see it literally on YouTube. I think it's episode 4 on Creative Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel. Excuse me, I just had dinner. And then I remember, because it was poster paper, it just got crumpled, especially when you're using it a lot. And then I remember it was one of them. I think it was Azure. I want to say. He DMs me and asked me if I can make a second version of the titles, and I did, and I think that's the second version title I literally gave to them at the Halloween show. And then I remember during COVID, I think I made a third set of titles for them. I gave them that when we came back, and then recently they asked me to make a fourth set of titles. Nothing changed from the design point of it. The only thing that changed was the colors, because instead of the gray attires, they're wearing the red, the blue, the green, and purple. So if you look closely at the new titles, you will see red, green, purple, and blue. Which by the way, took a lot of time. Because especially getting the patterns, the measurements. That's also the other thing. I couldn't find my ruler that I was using for the other titles. So basically, I had to use another poster paper and just mark the measurements and just try to measure. Luckily, it came out well. I mean, it came out very well. So, and I'm glad they used them. I mean, it's like an honor for them to use them. They didn't have to use them. They basically just made it their character, and I was just like amazed, and I was like, that's my championships and everything, and I was just so happy. And then they started using them at Creative Pro, and I was just like, what? I was so happy, and I want to say thank you to the Even Stevens for letting me have my put my creativity to use and to let my creativity come to life.
That's an amazing story right there, man. Just 2 paper titles that you made and that made them big
for fun, not even for like purpose, like not even for like anything. It was just for me to give to them and just let them like have it at home as like, oh, they're the champions forever. And then all of a sudden, they started using it, and I was just like, Okay, this is the thing now. And then the whole Best Brother during COVID, the Best Brother Tag Team Championship videos on my Instagram, which was very fun to make, by the way. So technically, they defended like 8 times. They defended like 8 times.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna jump off. VPW for a minute, and we're gonna talk a little bit about WWE because there's a lot of things that well, not WWE, actually AEW, because holy shit, man, a lot of stuff as or as Ryandust would like to say,
Holy
our holy shit moment right now. CM Punk is back. What is your personal opinion about CM Punk returning to AEW after this? I know things are getting heated right now, and you might
things
say
are
stuff
getting
you're not
heated.
gonna, and you're gonna say stuff that you're probably gonna regret a little bit later. But
Do I need
you
to
know,
get in?
what is your
Do I need a crisscross applesauce for this? Get a microphone pipe bomb. Um,
honest opinion? Honest opinion. What? And I'm gonna tell you mine.
honest opinion. I mean, it's CM Punk. I mean, I'm glad that he's come back. I'm hoping no problems. I think those problems need to step aside. I think a brand new slate needs to be formed. CM Punk, one of the best, you know, guys on the mic. Wrestling, he's, you know, uh, everybody can improve. That's my opinion. Everybody can improve, you know, but him definitely on the mic. I think he could definitely put on some great matches. He had a great match with MJF, Darby Allin. I'm not saying he can't put on a great match, but he stepped away from the ring for a long time. He's also had to deal with the foot injury and all that. He said it was like, I think he said it was like the worst of his career, and then but especially if him coming back to AEW where he's having problems with a lot of people. I mean, who knows? But I'm hoping those problems can go away. I'm hoping something can happen where he would be best for the company, and I'm just glad to see him back because I missed him on the mic. He's truly somebody on the mic, and glad that the best in the world is back. And no, it's
I
not Shane McMahon.
I feel, and this is gonna get a lot of heat on people on this one. I feel AEW needs CM Punk more than ever now because, and here's why. A lot of people might disagree with this one because of his attitude and everything. But let's put it to you this way: what do you got coming up? You got Forbidden Door, All In, All Out, Arthur Ashe. AEW needs CM Punk to sell out those shows, and I think he's the perfect guy to do it. And that no disrespect to Kenny Omega, no disrespect to MJF, and no disrespect, but I feel Tony Khan needed CM Punk to sell out those 4 shows. I mean, just because they're going somewhere international, they need a big draw. They need that big big WWE name. And I feel CM Punk and Will Ospreay is a match that could happen at All In.
It could. I mean, I know Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay is happening at Forbidden Door. Uh, I don't. I know CM Punk was saying like he wants to have like a feud with Samoa Joe, something
That
like that.
has to happen. That has to happen in New York, by the way. That's a match that needs to happen in New York. 100% just because one of their matches was in Jersey.
What match
So
happened in Jersey?
CM Punk Samoa Joe from Ring of Honor was in
Oh,
Jersey.
okay, okay.
Yeah. And we're getting some comments right now.
I see.
Even against me and Papa Dang
Yes,
shot those stuff.
twice. First, first by
wish he
count
wasn't come
now.
back. Wish he wasn't coming back, in my opinion.
I mean,
that's
everybody
your
has an opinion. Yeah, everybody has an opinion.
Like I said, I was gonna get heat for that, but you know what? I feel that this is what I feel. I feel Tony Khan needs CM Punk at this point because he wants to sell out those 4 big shows.
Yeah, and also
That
if CM Punk, If without AEW, where is he gonna go?
He's not going back to WWE. That's for sure.
I don't
Triple H
think
hates
I
him.
don't think Vince wants him back. He tried going backstage at WWE and he got kicked out.
Yeah,
When you talk shit about a company, I mean that's what happens.
Punk
Unfortunately,
is a Punk is a great opponent for Will. I 100% agree.
I think if both are really prepared for the match, I think it'd be a one heck of a match.
Samoa Joe is so slept on, and that's a 100% agree. First, I'm going to go with both these comments. I feel because CM Punk stated he was somebody that he wanted to face Will Ospreay. He wanted to face Will Ospreay because I remember when I don't know if you remember this when John Morrison actually went to WWE. He's like, "I'm going to be working for the greatest company in the world." CM Punk tweeted something. It's like, "You idiot! Will Ospreay is in New Japan." So, and I think CM Punk stated in interviews that he really wanted to work with Ospreay, and that's a match that needs to happen at Wembley.
I don't blame him. I mean, Will Ospreay is one of the best wrestlers in the world today. I mean, he could put on such a great match, and CM Punk, even on the mic, Will Ospreay is not that bad. So I think it
No,
would be cool to see a promo battle against them, a match against them, and maybe we'll see. I know CM Punk wants to, I think, team up with back up with FTR. We could see FTR versus Aussie Open.
or FTR or bury the hatchet right now, and let's just say FTR CM Punk against the Elite.
I can't see that happening, especially with all the
You can't.
problems. I think they're gonna keep the Elite and CM Punk away from each other. I can't. That's just gonna cause problems.
If I'm an executive producer right now, and I'm a wrestler, and I want to make money, I'm gonna put my personal differences aside, and I'm gonna work these problems out. But that's something I would do. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, you try that, but again, you don't know how comfortable they are working.
I'm not gonna lie. CM Punk's announcement was lit, and I was happy for it, even though I'm Team Elite.
I mean, again, that's your opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, what do what's some of your favorite Samoa Joe matches? You'd say? Do you know
Jeez Louise.
do you know any
Uh,
Samoa Joe matches from Ring of Honor or no?
I know. I think there was like one match I saw. I think it was with AJ Styles and TNA
Yeah.
that was really it was really cool to see. Um, Ring of Honor. I think he had one match that I saw. I forget the opponent. Uh, Joe. I mean, in WWE. I mean, his matches with Shinsuke were okay. His match against Finn Balor was okay. Smojo. I mean, his match with AJ Styles was all right. Wasn't bad. I still think Samoa Joe should have won the Universal Championship against Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar.
Yeah.
Should
Exactly.
should have.
Some of my favorite Samoa Joe matches, and this is one. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows about this match. Samoa Joe Kenta Kobashi is probably one of my favorite Samoa Joe matches. If you have not seen this match, it's probably Samoa Joe will go on and state that is probably one of his favorite matches, wrestling Kenta Kobashi. But man, those chops Samoa Joe took at the end of that match were absolutely brutal, man. And me being a huge fan of Japanese wrestling, that had to be one of my favorite matches right there. His match with Homicide is another great one. Actually, his whole feud with Homicide, um, his whole feud with his whole three matches with CM Punk were great, and his classic match with Jay Briscoe inside a steel cage was another favorite of mine, right there from Ring of Honor. He's had so many great ones though.
He has.
Uh-huh. But yeah, to go on to another topic right now. Um, we got Brian Danielson versus Okada at Forbidden Door. All I could say is, Holy man. I thought I would never see this match in a million years. Ever.
I think it will be one of the best matches of the decade, and the decade's not even 1/5 over with. Oh wait, no, it is 1/5 over with. It's
I
2/4,
feel
2/5 over with.
yeah, I feel Bryan Danielson's the best in America. I feel Okada has to be the best in Japan. So you put those two together, man. I feel that's the main event. It has to be the main event, right?
And if MJF's not, uh, if MJF is not on the card, then either the Omega match or the Danielson match will be the main event.
I don't know. I kind of want to see Danielson and Okada on main event. I really.
I
That's the
think
main event.
I think it should, if especially if MJF's not on the card. If MJF's not on the card, then yeah, I think World Champion should always be the main event. World Champion should always be the main event. What's up, Dank?
Dank is here. Dank's in the chat right now, man. Should I send the link over to Dank now?
Does he have another interview? Or no, he just had his interview, I think.
He just had one, probably. Yeah. But yeah. What? So, what's your opinion? So, do you think that's going to be the main event, or you think Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay is the main event?
I think. I mean, as much as I would love to say, Danielson and Okada, I think it's going to be Omega versus Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
I think they're more hyping up Omega versus Ospreay at this point.
Yeah. But like I said, my main event right there after the show's over, Okada and Danielson. That's it. I'm walking out right there. You know.
Yeah.
Geek needs a bleep button. I already have a bleep button.
Where is it?
Where is it? Where's my voice mod?
No. I have it ready.
You already have your voice mod ready.
I always have my voice mod ready.
Man, did you know they just released the Rick and Morty one?
I know, I saw that.
I'm like, I don't feel like paying for it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Saying another $3.99 to spend right there. There we go. There you go, Ryan. Did you get that one?
You gotta switch your mic on StreamYard to voice mod.
Oh well, too bad.
Yep.
But yeah, so we talk about that match, and what's your personal opinion on Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay?
Again, I think it's gonna be one of the best matches of the decade. I think Omega might come out on top of that. It's hard to say. I think there'll be a lot of cool spots in the match. I think it's a match that'll be talked about for the rest of the year.
I think this pay-per-view will.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think.
And and I feel they're gonna do Punk and Tanahashi.
They might. I think Punk. I think if they're gonna get Punk back, he's definitely gonna be on the Forbidden Door card.
They're gonna do Punk Tanahashi. I want to see MJF and Naito. I think they could actually have a very interesting match.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Just because they're so cocky and conceited, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would like to see where they go with MJF, though. You know?
Yeah. No, definitely. I don't even know if he's gonna be on the card.
He's got to be on the card. He's the champion, man. Why wouldn't he be on the card?
All he said is he have to wrestle at Forbidden Door. He says, if I don't have to, I won't.
Yeah. He's such a typical heel. But he goes and wrestles on Long Island. He doesn't wrestle at Forbidden Door, but he wrestles in Long Island at Creative Pro. So we're going to go back to it a little bit. So besides just you having a podcast, you actually create wrestlers and people on W2K now. How did you start doing that now?
I think it was around 2K. Was it 18? Yeah, it was 2K18. I remember no, first it was actually 2K17. 2K17, I didn't really know much about like importing images or all that. So I basically was just using all the templates in the game. And I made like VSK, Kai Katana, Eric James, uh, J Delta, Fighter Cat, and who was the last one? Who was the last one? I think Kevin Tibbs.
Yeah.
And that was like the six I made in 2K17, and then 2K18 came out, and that's when I made like Max Caster, Bobby Orlando, Bryce Donovan. I think those might have been the only people I made in the game. And then 2K19 came out, and I was learning more about image importing. And at first I liked it, and then 2K20 came out, and it was an absolute shit game. Absolute shit game. To the point where I was like, I'm going back to 2K19, and I'm gonna try to do stuff with image importing. And first wrestler I made with the image importing, which coincidentally was Johnny Collins. That's when I had the face scan imported, and that's when I was like, I think I could do this, like make a lot of wrestlers, and that's what I did. I made the Even Stevens. I made Eric James. Who else? I made a lot. Also, like 2K19 save data also crashed on me, so that's another reason why. I mean, it was almost like it was meant to be. And then 2K22 came out. I made a few wrestlers. And then 2K and then I had the Invasion event.
Yeah, it was recent.
Yeah, it was recent. That was the first event I ever had, like actually editing and everything, and it was just really cool. It was just really cool. And the thing that just makes me so happy about it, I'm gonna have to punch this monitor, man. I'm about to punch this monitor. You might see a broken monitor.
It's the virus again, isn't it, man? The virus
Maybe.
is somewhere, man.
Uh,
He's somewhere around.
so the best thing that's just all about this is just seeing the wrestlers' reactions. I mean, you're seeing like, oh my god, that's me. You know, this looks so good and all that. And it just gets to a point where it's just like people are retweeting it, reposting it on Instagram. You know, especially the wrestlers. It just gets so cool, and and I keep updating it. I keep showing the wrestlers. You know, sometimes I don't even reveal on Instagram. I just show it to the wrestlers at the event, and I to see the reaction right there. They're like, "Holy shit, this looks so cool," and everything. I mean, it's just awesome to see the reactions. And 2K23, I made a few wrestlers so far. Johnny Collins, Jack Tomlinson, VSK, and also Silky Smooth. And yeah, that's pretty much about it with 2K. It's just it's really fun to make these the wrestlers in the game. Really, really fun.
Yeah, that's just so awesome, and just to see their reactions that they get, and when you post it and everything, that's just so awesome. Even more awesome when they post it on Twitter and then people retweet it and stuff. That's even much cooler.
It's very cool. It's very cool to see, and then just seeing all just saying thank you Ryan and for for making me in the game. I'm just like it makes my day sometimes, and especially if I'm not having such a good day, just seeing that it makes my day a whole lot better.
That's good, man. You know. And now we're also here to talk BPW, right this Saturday in Bayshore, New York. So you want to get it rolling, Ryan?
Let's go with the predictions.
Let's go here. We got Percy Ryan versus Anthony Gangone. So who are we going with it in this one?
Listen, I gotta be careful because Thursday I have the boss of Kane Industries on. So I gotta be careful with this pick here. But either way, if I had him on or not, you gotta go with Anthony Gangone. I mean, number one, he wants he's ready for this fight against Percy Ryan. I have not seen this version of Anthony Gangone, this side of Anthony Gangone in VPW. He wants to put Percy Ryan not just to sleep, but to also get him out of VPW. Like, that jawline, he wants to break that jawline. Like, I've not seen this side of Anthony Gangone. And then you also got Silky Smooth in the mix. I mean, it's almost 100% win rate for Anthony Gangone.
I mean, I'm gonna have to disagree on this one because this is Percy Ryan's time to become a babyface right now. So in both promotions, he's actually now just turned babyface, and he's starting to get slowly over. And I feel the perfect person to get him over is Anthony Gangone as a babyface, and I think Percy Ryan needs this win more than Anthony Gangone needs it.
Well, Percy gave Gangone a black eye, so Gangone's more pissed than ever. Uh-huh. So, who knows if Gangone will give Percy Ryan a black eye.
But then again, you have that slime ball, Silky Smooth, in Anthony Gangone's corner. I really don't trust that Silky Smooth right there. Look at his smile, man. It looks like it's a slime ball smile, right?
No, it looks like a money smile. Because Kane Industries is money. I mean, I learned. By his words, I'm a smart guy. So I'm hoping that I'm becoming smarter. Hoping.
Yeah, and we got this grudge match going on. The Rat Bastards and Security Inc. right now. They're the Rat Bastards and Security Inc. are no strangers to the Geeking Out podcast they both were on. And they had some stuff that they wanted to say about the Rat Bastards, pretty much. I mean, about Security Inc. That when I asked them, when I even brought up the name Security Inc., their look in disgust was like, I'm like, come on, guys, you guys kind of cost them the VPW tag team titles, and they're like, oh, we didn't cost them anything.
I mean, the Security Inc. has been on the rise in VPW. They're becoming, like, the most favorable team. But the Rat Bastards have something to prove. You know, they lost the... They both have grudges against each other. The one thing about the Rat Bastards I like is that they do not take no for an answer. They'll do whatever it takes to win. And the Rat Bastards, I think, will win this match. I mean, because I think they might be pulled off their game. You know, the Rat Bastards tried to perform Security Inc.'s finisher in the last match. But they also, Rat Bastards, are getting in the heads of Security Inc., I think. So, I think the Rat Bastards will win this match.
I feel this match may end in a DQ. I don't feel this is going to end clean at all. I feel this feud's just going to continue after this match, and I don't see it ending right now with the one and done match. Maybe a street fight, a no disqualification match, unsanctioned match. I just see it ending there. I just don't see it ending with this match right here. So I'm going with DQ win on this one.
Possibly.
Yeah. And we got the Unwilling Tatiana versus Sammy Chaos. We know nothing about either one of these, right?
I don't know why, but I feel like I've seen Sammy Chaos in VPW once. Because it also, like, VPW said on their social media that Sammy Chaos returns to VPW. So I think we've seen her once against Valentina.
Uh-huh.
So going by that, I mean, I have no idea what to expect from Unwilting Tatiana. So I'm going with Sammy Chaos.
Man, I really don't know. This is a really tough one. I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one, Ryan. I feel like Sammy Chaos looks like she's someone that could take on Valentina in a number one contenders match. I'm gonna go with Sammy Chaos in this one. We get your guys right there, John, pretty likable, against, as Johnny Collins described yesterday, those jabrones
Jabrones.
last night.
I mean, you already know who my pick is. You already
We
know.
already, we already, I already know who your pick is, Ryan. They're your guys.
I don't even have to say anything. You already know who my pick is. They're gonna just successfully defend the tag team championships again, go to the next show, and then who knows who they'll face, and probably another two jabrones.
Another two jabrones until the end of the year, probably, or so on and so forth. Who knows? You know,
Who knows? They'll probably keep it forever. Who knows?
they kept those belts a while the last time, so you know.
They did.
Yeah, I'm gonna go even Stevens on this one as well. I'm agreeing on this one.
Smart.
And a match that could potentially steal the show. Desmond Cole and Leo Sparrow.
I agree with you on that. I think this event, not this event, match will steal the show. I think, and this is a very difficult decision because I haven't seen Desmond Cole with every title defense. I root for Desmond Cole, and I'm still rooting for Desmond Cole. But the thing is, Leo Sparrow might be Desmond Cole's toughest opponent yet. I mean, he might be the toughest opponent since Dominic De Niro. Probably more tougher. Leo Sparrow is one of the hot rising superstars in not only Long Island but in the Indies. He's being shown everywhere. So Leo Sparrow, I think, could come out on top of this one. So going by who I think will win and who I want to win, who I think will win by a small margin, because again, he has that spinach. The spinach can come into play. I think Leo Sparrow might win. Could also be Desmond, but I think Leo Sparrow might pull out on top, especially considering Leo is in Desmond's head a little bit, considering the attack on the last show. But who I want to win, I want Desmond to win, because Desmond is the man. He's the big alpha.
Here's my pick right now, and this is a very tough one. Both guys are great. But I feel Desmond Cole is walking out of this one with the championship, and he's walking out of Remarkable with the Remarkable championship as well at the same time. I'm playing it right now. I'm calling it. Because he is going against Gabriel Sky for the Remarkable Heavyweight Championship. So next month. So what a win it would be for Desmond Cole to win this match and beat Gabriel Sky for the Remarkable Heavyweight Championship and have both belts. That's the way I'm going to play it right now. Even though I think Leo Sparrow is definitely a tough opponent for Desmond Cole. What's your opinion, Ryan?
Oh, I thought I gave my opinion. I said.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine.
And kind of our semi-main event right here. You got Shadow Band Jack Tomlinson against Bryce Donovan.
This match. Well, first of all, I'm kind of seeing what Jack means. I'm seeing what he means. I'm seeing what he's saying.
They shadow banned Johnny Collins.
They did shadow ban Johnny Collins, but then look what happened. He won the VPW championship, had one of the most successful reigns. Jack Tomlinson It's almost like the reverse. He won the VPW championship, and now he's getting shadow banned.
Yeah.
But then the reverse can happen, and he wins back his VPW championship. But he needs to go past Bryce Donovan. And I think Jack Tomlinson has had enough of not only VPW, not only Eric James, but also Bryce Donovan. And Bryce Donovan is his stop is basically his obstacle to getting that VPW championship. And I think Jack Tomlinson can get through Bryce Donovan. I think he'll win this match because I think he's got the venom to win this match.
Jack Tomlinson also coming out of that amazing match with George Sparkles last month also, so
he did. It was a good match.
That match, man. And I expect another great match from Jack and Bryce, but all right. Here's another thing. I might save mine for the main event, but I want to hear your opinion first though. Cade Lothbrock against Eric James.
This is the reason why I'm going to go with Eric James. Cade Lothbrock, the last time we saw him in the VPW ring, he lost to Dante Drago. Right?
Uh-huh.
So, Eric James is the VPW champion. He's beaten Dante Drago. So, if Dante could beat Cade Lothbrock and Eric James could beat Dante Drago, then Eric James has a very good shot of defeating Cade Lothbrock.
You want to know what my opinion is on this?
What's your opinion?
I feel there's a screw job coming.
A screw job?
I feel Jack Tomlinson's helping one of these two. I feel Dante's coming back as well.
Who knows?
Dante Drago.
I don't even know if Dante's going to be there Saturday.
I think Dante's coming back. I think this is the big surprise right now that we're going to have Dante somewhere. Dante's going to be somewhere. And he's going to help. He's not going to help Eric James. He's going to help Cade.
Maybe.
And Jack's going to join him.
Maybe.
Plot twist. Right?
Yeah.
Man, what's your take on that one? Is that a plot twist or what?
It could be a plot twist. It could be a plot twist.
We did get a resolution with Jack and Cade.
It's a possibility, but who knows? I mean, Saturday will tell. I mean, Jack has had his history with Cade, so who knows?
Jack,
but I think Jack is just focusing on the VPW championship. I think he just cares about himself and that VPW championship. He cares about proving VPW wrong, that he should not be shadow banned, and that he will win the VPW championship.
Who knows? Maybe he might screw someone over. He might pull an Eric James where he could be inserted into this match.
Maybe, but there's no stipulation. Yeah. There's no 3 stages in this match, so who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But so Ryan, you got your return show. It's going to be this Thursday, I believe, or
this Thursday at 7:00. Yes,
this is Thursday. So you decided to come back now, and I just think that's so awesome.
It's very awesome. I mean, last November I had. Thank you. Last November I had a family emergency. It was a really big emergency. For privacy reasons, I don't want to say anything, but
that's fine.
It involved my nana. She's doing very okay now, but it was quite a scare. And me and my nana have a very I mean, I've known her since I was first born. Apparently, I held her finger when I was first born. You know, and we have just a bond that cannot be broken. Um, and just seeing her in pain and everything, and needing to go to the hospital, it was it hurt me a lot, and I knew that I couldn't focus on my podcast with this stuff going on. Um, the stuff happened, and I knew it was gonna take a while. I knew it was gonna be 1, 2, 3, so that's why I said I'm canceling episodes right now. I'll be back I'll be back in who knows when, but it's not a goodbye. It's just a see you soon. Um, and then things got better to the point I was feeling more and more comfortable of returning. And then I made the decision to return. And I wanted to find a guest. I found one, and it's no other than the boss of Kane Industries, Adam Kane, who is going to probably uh, uh, sound his frustration of what happened with Percy Ryan. But who knows? Gotta tune in to find out. But it should be a good. It should be a good one. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Thank you. She's doing very well, and I'm very glad that she's doing okay. I love her so much, and I needed to take time off, and it was the best thing for me. And now I can focus on the podcast again. I can focus on everything. So, and it was a good opportunity to come back. So, I'm back.
Yeah. So, like I said, good to see you back. Make sure, and where can people find you, Ryan? Exactly.
People can find me on YouTube. It's just Ryandust on YouTube, or if you just search up "Dusting Off the Ropes," it's probably there. You can also find me on Twitter, Ryandust707. You can also find me on Instagram, Ryandust WWE, all lowercase.
Yeah. So make sure you tune in to watch Ryan this Thursday with his guest from Kane Industries, right? Adam Kane.
Adam Kane.
And and tomorrow, I will have the SATs on live tomorrow. Remember, 7:30. And we will see you guys in the next one.